Hello, everyone. Hey, Tashawn. How are you? I'm gonna let. I know it's 10 o'clock. We're not gonna be on very long. Hey, CK. Hey, you guys. Let's see. Hey, Miss Pen. Hey, Mr. Parker. Hey, Miss Nellie. Hey, Fun with Granny Who. We're gonna talk about Carmelo Anthony's parents does interview and the victim's father. And I spelled father wrong. I put that I was typing too fast. And the judge who lowered Carmelo's bond has allegedly been threatened. Okay. Hey, Miss Paula. Hey, Shan. Leo. How is everybody doing tonight? Hey, Kenny Adams. He said, I ain't at the casino tonight. Well, Kenny, we know how you do it at the casino. You want to make sure y'all hit the like button for me. You guys make sure you all like, share, and subscribe, okay? Hold on 1 second. I'm just waiting for more people to start coming in. Hey Kenny, how much money do you be losing at the casino? Because I don't think those casinos hidden like that. Okay, you guys. I wanted to talk about Carmelo Anthony's parents finally. I said, how much money do you be losing at the casino? Because if you going to the casinos like in Arkansas or in Mississippi, from what I've been hearing, they have not been giving out any money. So you all, Carmelo's parents did a conference.
In security for the Next Generation Action Network. Let me make this very clear because I say this unapologetically. The Next Generation Action Network has never played with the safety and security of anything. We don't play those type of games, all right? We like to, whenever we're doing a protest or anything, everybody in the media know we don't play when it comes to safety and security. So we're gonna ask one time forward, and ask you to slide over just one time. We're not going to ask anybody something twice. Okay. I will make sure that the safety of this family is ensured. It won't happen on my
When you
watch.
lose about
I just want you
300.
to know so that you can quote it. If we have to ask more than once, just know that's coming at the direction of me. You can quote me on that. All right.
You hate Arkansas's casino.
Mister, I would not attack a grieving family, even if I disagree with them. When I have stood before this podium for people who have died at the hands of law enforcement, I have asked for that same manner of respect. And even when the shoe is on the other foot, I will not do that. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited.
Okay, so Austin Metcalf's father showed up at the press conference. Okay, his father showed up at the press conference. So that's what he was referring to. I'm going back to that.
check, test 1 2, mic check, test 1 2.
Okay, I'm gonna spread this across y'all before I get started. Just make sure you let me know if any one of your cameras are. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. We all good? We all good? Okay. All righty.
Hey, Nene Loyal.
I want to start off this press conference to say something as a deep note that I can tell America. What we seen at the beginning of this press conference, of the father being at this press conference, these are my words, is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Next Generation Action Network from the beginning has respected the loss of life. No matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf because we respect the dignity of life and loss. And as a minister, I would not attack a grieving family, even if I disagree with them. When I have stood before this podium for people who have died at the hands of law enforcement, I have asked for that same manner of respect. And even when the shoe is on the other foot, I will not do that. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case. It is outright disrespectful. We haven't been doing it. The Next Generation Action Network has been here, popular and unpopular. So regardless of what's going on, that was disrespectful. Disrespectful. And I will leave it to y'all to define it. But of course, we want to. Y'all, I'm Minister Dominique Alexander. I serve as the president of the Next Generation Action Network. Today, I come before you with a heavy heart, but determined in spirit, not just as an advocate, but as a Black man, as a father, as a protector, community, and children. There are 4 critical points I must address today, and I want to make sure that the public and the media and everyone who believes in truth and justice. First, the misinformation about the fund. From the very beginning, there was an intentional disinformation surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family. The Carmelo Anthony Fund, hosted by Give, Send, Go, let's be clear, the family has not received one dime. Any of the media could have verified this, but we saw on Twitter, we saw on Facebook, and so many different things of the false, lavish life of this family. $800,000 home, purchase Escalade, and private security. Let me make this very clear. The Next Generation Action Network has always had its security detail. Many of you that know us in the Dallas and Fort Worth media know that we have our own security detail. One of the individuals that escorted Carmelo Anthony out of jail is here present with us now. They are a part of the Next Generation Action Network security team. The family hasn't hired any private contractors or whatever, or splurged or whatever. But if you have the audacity to spend money for their safety and security, that's their prerogative. The family has not withdrawn, and just until recently, just yesterday, they were officially notified by Give, Send, Go that they could start the withdrawal process. But if anybody know about this process, they know that that takes about 2 to 3 days to withdraw from that and actually hit any account. But this blatant propaganda wasn't just about the fund. It was to discourage the public from giving to the fund. That's what this was about. Because just like TMZ was able to call, Give, Send, Go, everybody in the media, in these news outlets that I've never heard before, could have did the same thing. When I first called Give, Send, Go, they gave me every information that I needed. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say on regards to that. Let me make this very clear. This family never authorized a single fund on the GoFundMe platform. All of the funds that were raised on the GoFundMe were all fraud. Yeah, help me. All of the funds that was raised on that platform were fraud, okay? The family was the first to report these funds. One of the funds we identified raised up to 11,000. So a post about anything that stated that GoFundMe took everything down regarding Carmelo Anthony, that was at the request of the family and their supporters. This family never tried to create an account on GoFundMe. The Next Generation Action Network is very well aware of the company's policy
Thank you, Paula, for the $10 super sticker.
Make this very clear because I say this unapologetically. The next generation of life, no matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked, we have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf because we respect the dignity of life and loss. And as a minister, I would not attack a grieving family, even if I disagree with them. When I have stood before this podium for people who have died at the hands of law enforcement, I have asked for that same manner of respect. And even when the shoe is on the other foot, I will not do that. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful. Who believes in truth and justice. First, the misinformation about the fund. From the very beginning, there was an intentional disinformation surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family. The Carmelo Anthony Fund, hosted by Give, Send, Go, let's be clear, the family has not received one dime. Any of the media could have verified this. But Facebook and so many different things of the false, lavish life of this family, $800,000 home, purchase Escalade in private security. Let me make this very clear. The Next Generation Action Network has always had its security detail. Many of you that know us in the Dallas and Fort Worth media know that we have our own security detail. One of the individuals that escorted Carmelo Anthony out of jail is here present with us now. They are a part of the Next Generation Action Network security team. The family hasn't hired any private contractors or whatever, or splurged or whatever. But if you have the audacity to spend money for their safety and security, that's their prerogative. The family has not withdrawn, and just until recently, just yesterday, they were officially notified by Give, Send, Go that they could start the withdrawal process. But if anybody know about this process, they know that that takes about 2 to 3 days to withdraw from that and actually hit any account. But this blatant propaganda wasn't just about the fund. It was to discourage the public from giving to the fund. That's what this was about. Because just like TMZ was able to call, Give, Send, Go, everybody in the media, in these news outlets that I've never heard before, could have did the same thing. When I first called Give, Send, Go, they gave me every information that I needed. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say on regards to that. Let me make this very clear. This family never authorized a single fund on the GoFundMe platform. All of the funds that were raised on the GoFundMe were all fraud. Yeah, help me. All of the funds that was raised on that platform were fraud, okay? The family was the first to report these funds. One of the funds we identified raised up to 11,000. So a post about anything that stated that GoFundMe took everything down regarding Carmelo Anthony, that was at the request of the family and their supporters. This family never tried to create an account on GoFundMe. The Next Generation Action Network is very well aware of the company's policy regarding raising funds for legal defense. Okay? Since this tragedy unfolded, the Anthony family has been subject to unimaginable amount of hate, racism, threats to their safety. People have sat outside their house, sent objects delivered to their door, publicly harassed, online and in person. This is not just about Carmelo. It's about the family who dare to stand and demand justice in a return and receive ugliness that racism in this country still breeds. But let me say this loud and clear. We are not scared. We are not moving. We will not be silent. What I've always said as the president of the Next Generation Action Network, we will never ask the oppressor for permission to liberate our people. We will not ask for permission to stand up for the rights of our children. The Next Generation Action Network has stood on both sides of the fence in ensuring that justice is served. Now, getting to the information that the Next Generation Action Network wanted to share with the public today. And I will go ahead and pass it over to the mother and once I make this statement, okay? All right. There's two more final. For the last week and a half, the Next Generation Action Network has engaged in communications with Frisco ISD to ensure that Carmelo Anthony's due process is not violated. We know that in the state of Texas, there are things that are discretionary things and decisions by the leadership of Frisco ISD, right? There are clear guidance in the state and education code regarding expulsion of a student. We have asked several times, we didn't just rush, we have had these conversations over the last several days. And we have stated that it is just outright wrong to get involved in this. Carmelo Anthony doesn't have to walk. He doesn't have to involve in any senior activities. But Carmelo Anthony is a 3.7 GPA student. And if he doesn't even go to class for the remainder of the year, he would graduate, okay? We've asked that Frisco do not make a decision in this situation. But Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Carmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation. That just shows me that Frisco ISD is trying to push off the blame. And what I have not heard the media say, as many media outlets have asked us what went on, I'm trying to find how many of y'all have asked the superintendent or one single board of trustee, why didn't you cancel or postpone? With weather in that magnitude, you couldn't have a track meet in rain or thunderstorm or clouds. Y'all are the media. Ask your journalists, your weather journalists, how the weather was that day and that time. Y'all do that research. Because as a person who is the administrator of your children, you are responsible for the safety of the children. And so it seems as if Frisco ISD is trying to push this off. by making this decision that they do not have to make. So the Next Generation Action Network, outside of the legal process, will be going through different avenues regarding to ensure that we fight for the rights of Carmelo Anthony. Okay? So in the next coming days, we will be announcing to the public. We will do direct action outside of Frisco ISD administration office because this is outright wrong. You are getting involved in a process that even the legal process has asked us to respect. And we're asking you to do that same thing. You do not have to get involved in this situation. But it seems that even with us going and meeting or having conversations, they have made their mind up. And we want to make sure that the records, that we talk truth to power in regards. I wanted to lay this out to ensure, because of the sensitivity of this case, there are so many moving factors that I have to explain so that this family does not have to explain. Let me say this about the fourth, and let me repeat this so that you guys can go to the Frisco Police Department. The reason why the family or me or anybody with direct knowledge of this cannot talk about the particulars of what happened in that tent, I know you know this is all law, is because if anybody tell you there was an adult near or inside or whatever, this current investigation knows nothing about that. Everybody involved at this point of our knowledge are minors. In the state of Texas, you know we cannot release or talk about minors. So stop asking us the question. Stop. It's no. We can't even do it if we wanted to. Okay? We can't talk about it. So don't ask. There is a court of law that will express everything, will lay out everything. We can't talk about it if we wanted to. Okay? So make it clear. Go back, confirm with Frisco Police Department. Go back, confirm with the district attorney. Even in the bond hearing, you didn't see a single thing said about people that was indirect. They're minors. Okay? So stop. The social media, stop. I haven't saw not one person single-handedly get this right in the public. They're minors, y'all. Just stop. We can't. Don't send another inquiry to NGAN inbox, do this, all of that. That's the reason why we felt like it was important to do this press conference today. We can't talk about it. So if you ask me, I'm just going to look at you, okay? So I'm telling the world, everybody know the state law. I'm not creating it. We can't talk about it. This family can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. Nobody, unless you want to be sued. You release one of those 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds and 17-year-olds name, the law of this land tells you what was going to happen to you, okay? So don't ask that question. Finally, in regards to this judge, I do not know Judge Angela Tucker. I've never met her, never known her, never been nowhere near her court. Don't know anything about her until we were notified that she was going to hear the writ. But the ugly attacks on her just shows Black America that no matter what you pick in the ballot box, and that is your constitutional right, it's people out here reminding us of the Black struggle in America. This woman is a registered Republican, has been for years. She put herself through school, she raised her family, she did everything. I'm a registered Democrat. Proud. I'm the chair of the Dallas County Democrat Resolutions Committee. I don't know that woman. And to call her leftist is just downright, the bond that was given is according to law and consistency with practice. Aaron Dean can get a $300,000 bond when he killed a Tatiana Jefferson. Carmelo Anthony can get a $250,000. If Amber Geiger can get a $200,000 bond when she kills Botham Judge in his own home, he can get a $250,000. If Roy Oliver can get a $250,000 bond after he kills Jordan Edwards, all white officers, why couldn't Carmelo Anthony be entitled? A child with no background, no criminal background, no endangerment to the community, none whatsoever, be placed on a ELM and brought home. Please help me understand. Make this make sense. Make this make sense. It's consistency. It's consistent with practice. After this, y'all, so that we'll know, this will be our final press conference until this trial. We will not speak to the media again after this, okay? Don't ask for comment, question, or whatever it is. The actions that the Next Generation Action Network take on Frisco ISD will be as separate from the legal process because we want to make sure that Carmelo Anthony's due process, this is going to be a jury case. And then let me make this very clear. This is a case that has not even been indicted. So, under the guise of Texas law, it's not even really proceeding to a trial yet because it has not even went through a grand jury to be indicted. We don't know if a grand jury will indict or not. We don't know. That's in the district attorney's hands, okay? And their legal team is preparing a packet for those things, and we will not be talking about the legal process regarding this case, okay? So after today, I just want the media to know, and I want the public to know, I don't care what you say about me. I've been in this thing for 11 years. I am tried, tested, and proven. I'm gonna just say, I'm from Oak Cliff. Worser things have been said about me, baby. You ain't gotta inbox me, you ain't gotta tell me. I am the first person to tell my testimony. I don't have to prove anything to nobody. I am a proven testimony standing here that God, even when you make mistakes, God is not finished with your story. I'm going to bring this mother, Kayla Hayes, and it has taken her a lot of strength, y'all, to come and do this today. And I want you guys to respect her as she read this and giving her the respect that she deserves, y'all.
Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Hayes. I am the mother of Carmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband worked hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Carmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a 2-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in the legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you.
Y'all, I'm going to show something of a post. You come for me, I come for you. Sarah Fields. Never heard of this woman. This is the kind of despicable things that led to the father being here. Political operatives motivating this family with hate. Carmelo Anthony posted on something that shows, posted here. These are the type of lies that are threatening this family. Posting the family's picture. These are the type of lies. She's getting millions of views on this. Sarah, she's even came after me. She's even said all of those things. And now that the public knows exactly what is going on, I ask, because these racist bigots try to prevent us from standing up for our baby, our boy, he should be afforded the same rights that Cal Rittenhouse had, Daniel Pena, and all of the people who have claimed whatever their defense was, he should be afforded the same right. Nobody in the public media has one video camera, but we got the video of Kyle Rittenhouse with an AK-47 shooting 3 people in the back. We got that. And he raised more than $2 million publicly, and nobody said anything. So since they tried to come for us, I call for the community's overwhelming support for this fund. The disinformation that was put out was literally deliberate to prevent you from helping this family. And I want you to give overwhelming support to show them the community united can never be divided. And I'm going to say this again, and this is for everybody. Black people in America, while the current occupant sits at 1600 Pennsylvania, Black people in America don't have to pull the race card. It's what we live as a reality every day. It's what we have to teach our children. We don't want to, but we have to. We don't like to, but if we want to sleep at night, we got to. I ain't pulling no race card. I live it. I'm reminded all the time that I'm a Black man in America. And what y'all just showed to Judge Tucker is just reminded that hate and bigotry and racial reconciliation in this country, we have respected the process. I believe that Austin Metcalf is about to have his funeral. And I wouldn't dare, even with the information I know, and plenty of people can share that and all that, but we have prevented from speaking about that in these type of public forums. It will come out. They have a more than well-capable attorney, and this family will go through a process of being able to get prepared for this trial. So I just say this real quick. This is our final time speaking to public and holding a press conference regarding this particular case. Now, the Next Generation Action Network will talk about Frisco ISD, but we will not do this. I will not ask this mother to do this again. The attorney will not. We won't do this again. Don't ask. We will see you at trial. Whatever venue that is, we will see you there.
Okay, you guys, that's sad. And I'm going to show some more video of the father coming there. But, you know, hey, my heart goes out to both families. You know, I understand that the other family lost a child also, but the way that things are being handled is just plain crazy. You know, you threaten the judge. I'm going to show that. People are threatening the judge. They're threatening the family of Carmelo Anthony. And then why would they be calling Carmelo's father's job to try and get him fired so that he can't provide for his family? Like she said, he's worked hard to be able to provide for his family. So why are they calling his job to try and eliminate him from being able to provide? Okay, to strip him of his livelihood so that he can't feed himself or his family. That is really sickening. You know, you start, like she said, regardless to what happened, people are going to, you know, our kids do things that we may disagree with or agree with. Even if we disagree with what they do, we still love them. We still, you know, we could say, listen, I disagree with what my son did. I apologize. Okay, but I still love my child. Am I not supposed to support my child because somebody else say that I shouldn't? A damn child that came up out of my womb. So if we stand behind our child, that gives them the right to call his father's job, who has done nothing to anybody. They haven't said anything. This is their first press release. They put out lies and propaganda. And it's easy for people to believe and play with the power of social media. You can't beat social media. Okay, you can't defeat social media. So they put out all these lies and propaganda so that people won't donate money, so that they can have an attorney to fight for their child. So not only you try to strip them of that so that they can't get resources with the lies and propaganda, you try to strip the father of his livelihood by calling his job. What did Carmelo Anthony's father do to these people? Even though our hearts may go out to them, hey, we don't know what happened. Carmelo says that it was self-defense. Nothing has come out yet. But even still, what did his father and his sister and his mother and his other siblings, what did they do? They did nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to handicap you. We're going to put out lies so that nobody send you any resources. If we can strip you of that, then maybe you'll get a public defender, and we know that you'll be defeated in court. Okay, so we'll put out the propaganda to strip you of that. Nobody will send you resources. Oh, they took the money and bought a $900,000 house. Okay, hey, those type of lies would definitely stop people from giving to you financially. Okay, not only that, his father is a working man, make a decent living. He may use those resources to try and help to keep his son out of jail. So we're going to call his job and do whatever and try and strip him of that. Okay. Right. If they can destroy your livelihood. Let me tell you, I used to be a PST. Okay. Y'all know I used to be a traffic officer for Memphis Police. You are welcome. I donated once and will donate again. That's right. I will too. And I remember we was directing traffic in downtown Memphis at this time. That's when the Grizzlies was playing at the Pyramid. Okay. And I can remember when we was directing traffic, what we would have to do is we would have to block traffic one way so that all of the people could come out of the parking lot of the Pyramid, right? And so I remember, let's see, Arkansas, going to Arkansas, that would be east and west. Okay, so we had all the traffic that was getting ready, that was coming from south, that was going to turn and go west. And I remember this guy had a little thing on his head, what the Jewish people wear. And so I was so into learning about like other religions and all of that, right? So I remember, because we had to block, I had to hold traffic up while traffic came from out of the Pyramid. He had his window down. He started asking about, he lived in Missouri. So he started asking about why, traffic was held up. He was pretty cool, right? So we kind of had a conversation while his window was down, and I was asking him about his religion, and we talked for a while, okay? Because y'all know how crowded, people in Memphis know how crowded like those games and stuff used to be, so they had to wait for a while. So I remember we had a conversation, and he said something about, resources, right? And he was talking about in their community, they pretty much helped each other, but when they was dissatisfied with something, he said, what we do is we just pull back our resources. So that's kind of how other communities, that's what they do to attack you, right? When they want to come at you, they come at your resources, because if you can't work like they just did Carmelo Anthony's family, then you can't provide for your family, you can't eat. Right? And I remember him saying that we don't do this one. We just when we're dissatisfied, we just pull back our resources. Okay? Nothing hurts a person more than pulling back their resources. Says, and peep this, the video haven't even come out. Do you know? Yeah, the video has not even come out. I can empathize and sympathize with the family, but what they're doing, and and it seems like the father is still hurt. Of course, it's new, but they're saying that somebody is sending the father out. I mean, he gonna mess around and get his damn self hurt. So I think so father's going up at the
Hello, everyone. We are about to approach and get started in a few minutes. Um,
Okay, so it looks like the police had to escort him out of there, and which they should have, because nobody knows what if he nobody knows what he's capable of doing. Okay. Like I said, I can empathize with the father losing his child, but Lord Jesus, hold on, you guys. I'm trying to. How did I do that? Okay. Hold on, you guys. So even New York Post put out this propaganda. Carmelo Anthony's family living in gated, living Carmelo Anthony living with family in 900K home in gated community, bought new car after release on bond in Austin Metcalf. These are the lies that, like, New York Post, a lot of people read this post. So they've been putting out all of this propaganda, helping to spread this propaganda and hate. These are reputable sites, news sites, supposed to be anyways. They're popular. Look, they even showed the house. Now, this woman just said that her husband has worked hard and is successful. It wouldn't be hard for me to believe that because it looks like the house is still being built on, if that's their house. If the husband is successful and has worked hard, I mean, he might have been having their dream house already built from the ground. You can't just build a house up instantly, right? That is why they're going at his job. If he worked at Burger King, they wouldn't be calling Burger King to try to get the man fired, try to strip him of his livelihood. But this is the house that they're claiming that the money from the GoFundMe paid for, and you heard them just refute all of that. This is the young man that lost his life. I hate that he lost his life. His father has a good job, J.E. says, from a good home. Let's see. Hold on, you guys. So I'm happy. And look, my heart can go out to the father because he's still grieving. This is the young man's dad right here showing up at the conference. That's his father. Yeah, I really, I hate that this happened. Okay, the man. He's still grieving. He lost his child. It says Jeff Metcalf, the father of victim, crashed the press conference and was subsequently escorted out. It says one video showed a few officers standing around the grieving father as he left without incident. He reportedly did not say a word to the media during the brief appearance. So if he came and he didn't say anything, why would you show up somewhere and you're not going to say anything? Was it an intimidation factor? And hey, maybe he was not going to do anything, but I think it is good that they keep him away. He is grieving and he is subject to do anything. Okay, you never know what's going through a person's mind when they're angry and they're grieving. He's lost his child, and he's just showing up and not saying anything. When people just stand around, you know, and they don't, sometimes that could be an intimidation factor, or they won't. Maybe he was there because he wanted them to see, look, I'm the father of the victim, and hey, look at me, I'm grieving, or something like that. But I think it would have been good if those two families could have made peace with each other, because they're both victims. If you ask me, I mean, that family is looking at losing their son. They don't know what happened. All they know is what their son told them, and they love their child. That's what they're looking at. And this man has had to bury his child, you know. I hate the way the media is playing both ends. Hold on, you guys. So, like I said, I hate that. I hate that for those families, for both of those families. And they're saying now that the judge in the case has been getting threatened for lowering the bond. So that's the judge in the case. Hold on, you guys. I don't know how I lost that. Okay. Here it is right here. It says a Texas judge who reduced Carmelo Anthony's bail has hired extra security after receiving death threats. Judge Angela Tucker was doxxed and her home address and phone number were posted online. Carmelo, 17, is charged with fatally stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf in the heart during a dispute at a high school track meet on April the 2nd. Judge Tucker reduced Carmelo's bond from $1 million to $250,000. He posted bond and walked out of the Collin County Jail on Monday. Of course, y'all do know a $250,000 bond. His family only had to come up with $25,000, which means they may have had a house worth $250,000, right? Tucker, Collin County's first Black judge made her ex Twitter account private after someone posted her personal information online. Sharing a judge's private information is a crime and will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Judge Tucker is a registered Republican. The Daily Mail reported that Carmelo and his family moved into a $900,000 home in the gated Richmond subdivision in Frisco, Texas. However, neighbors said the family had lived in the rental home since 2022. Excuse me. A rep said Carmelo and his family have not received donations totaling over $430,000 from a Give Send Go account. Okay. So they've been renting that home. Okay, they've been living in it. They've been renting it since 2022. Okay. The mother said that the father had a good job. Like I said, if he had worked at Burger King and worked at a warehouse, they would not have been calling trying to strip that man of his livelihood. Okay. That man has a good job. So that's why they called to strip him of his livelihood so that he could not help to pay for attorney's fees for his son, right? Strip him of his resources, even though this man has done nothing. If the shoe was on the other foot, Mr. Metcalf loved his son. If his son had did that to Carmelo, he would be doing the exact same thing. Um, and his son probably never would have even did a day in jail. Possibly. The father of the twins has a sexual assault charge in his history. Exposing the truth says it's unfortunate two kids couldn't come mutual terms without violence. One has passed and another fighting for his freedom. The media perpetuating a race war. I agree with you, exposing the truth. Absolutely 100%. I agree with you on that. Casey says New York Post is just it's just as good as a tabloid. That's true, Casey. You're right. It's not that reputable. I just like reading it, okay? You're right. I agree with you on that, because some of that stuff I look at, I go, Lord, is this the Inquirer? So, I hate that the judge is being threatened. Hey, Diane, Miss T, you see where NBA YoungBoy supposedly paid Carmelo bond? No, I didn't see that. I didn't know. I didn't see or know that. So why are they mad that this family is receiving um why are they mad that this family is receiving help? So why do you all think that these people have been calling the father's job, who has done nothing to them? They have not even said anything. The first time they said something. Why do you all think that they're calling the father's job? They call his old employer and then call his new one. The New York Times isn't too much better these days. Lord have mercy. They have money. Their son went to school in a white community. She just said her husband had worked very hard to provide for his family. And now they're trying to strip this man, get this man fired from his job. What did Carmelo's father, mother, and siblings do to them? Oh, he's a financial advisor where he makes good money. Because most financial advisors do. Oh, wow. So they figure if they can call and complain and call and harass, his job enough, because some jobs will do that, they can get him fired. Tam, they are mad because what helping Carmelo represents. Most of those donations were from black folks, $5 here and there, and now it's at 400K. That's white folks' worst nightmare. Perceived black unity. So if they know, and I hate to say it, they know with black people, all you got to say is, because they might say, I'm going to help you. All you got to say is they went and bought them a new car. I think they did with your money, and they ain't gave but $1.50. That's the end of it. Unfortunately, we don't, a lot of us, not everybody, don't like to look past bullshit. Okay, if they scared you getting something, and they forget about what the cause, what the cause actually is. Yeah, we better stand on business for every situation like this because we can be 100% innocent. Wow. Hmm. You all hit the like button for me. If you all haven't hit the like button, please do hit the like button. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe. You all hit the like button. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe. All the they didn't have to put out that misinformation because they could have been able to look up and see how long that those people have been living at that address. Okay, they saw the house, they saw the amount of the house, and they got pissed off. This there is case just like this that started today in Belton, Texas, where a white kid stabbed a Mexican kid and unalived him at school in the bathroom. He stuck the other kid 4 times. Nobody's talking about it. Oh wow. I wish you would give me the name. I'm gonna look it up. Dialogue says, also, Tam, I see what the dad did today, but he himself was talking about don't make it a race issue and all that. What does that dad know about his son? Was he a bully? I tell you. Mm. So now they don't want to allow the young man to even get his diploma. So strip his dad of his resources and livelihood, stop him from getting his education, even though he has earned it. Stop him from getting his education. Um, I mean, if they kicked him out, he's got a GPA where he could still graduate. They want to expel him so he can't graduate. So I mean, they're still trying to handicap him in some type of way as it relates to him being able to go to college and make a living possibly for himself, right? Because like I said, nobody has seen, like, has anybody said, I guess they're not even allowing the people that was out there to talk, right? So y'all, this is how I'm looking at some of the reaction on YouTube. I mean on
Watch
Facebook.
the live press conference with Carmela Anthony's family. What the actual F? Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna look it up with
So, Austin Metcalf's father was there, and they had a statement for him. They told him that his presence there was a blatant disrespect for his son. You took his son's life. He can't be at your press conference? Really? I would make your son stare right in his face too. He should pay for what he did. But everybody, even the people that support Austin, are like, why is he there? Why are the Metcalfs being so kind in all of this? What are they doing? Well, let me tell you what they're doing. We know from everything that's come out that they are supposedly a good Christian family. And they try to live their lives right by God. Well, what is this week all about, guys? What does God tell us to do? He tells us to forgive one another, to love one another. My guess is that he's there in honor of his son, because his son would know and agree to try to offer forgiveness. You don't forgive somebody for them, you forgive somebody for you. That's a rage that you don't want to hold on to. That will.
So, but why would, so here's the thing that I'm confused about what she's saying, to forgive them. Why would his father need to forgive Carmelo Anthony's family? What has Carmelo Anthony's family, what has his mother, his father, and his siblings did? What did they do? That's what when she's talking about he's, wanting Carmelo, the young man is saying to forgive them. Forgive who? Why in the hell would he need to try and forgive their family? Okay, if she had said forgive Carmelo, Carmelo was not there, but to forgive his mama and his daddy, what, forgive them for standing behind their son? They believe their child.
Eat you alive. Maybe they really are a good Christian family. Maybe they're trying to do what Jesus tells us to do. Tomorrow is a representation of, not a representation, tomorrow is the day that our Lord and Savior died on the cross to save us from our sins. He paid the ultimate price. And Austin Metcalf just paid the ultimate price. He paid his life.
So this lady who has never seen the video is comparing Austin Metcalf to Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't get that.
And all the stuff as far as the tent, okay, any parent, anybody that's ever been to a track meet, y'all know that each team has their own tent. Other people from other teams cannot go under those tents. In most cases, the parents of those teammates can't even go under those tents. It's for a lot of reasons, but one of which is for the safety of their athletes. And I'm sure they had a lot of teenagers making out under the tents and all that stuff, so they had to put those rules into place. Bottom line, though, Carmelo should not have been under the tent. They did not go to the same school. He should not have brought a knife to a school event. Oh, and now they're coming at the school for expelling Carmelo, or for talking about expelling him, or Carmela, or Carmel, whatever his name is. I don't know. It's a cool name, however you pronounce it. I will admit that. But, okay, what happens? Like, if your kid gets into a fight at school or at a school event, what happens? They generally get suspended or even expelled. Okay? Whether you feel that Carmelo was in the right or wrong, he brought a weapon to a school event on school grounds and used it and took someone's life. Why would he not be expelled? Like, I would be more concerned about that. What are the parents that go to Carmelo's school saying? I would love to hear from you guys. Speak out. I mean, maybe you haven't, I just haven't seen it. But I would be terrified for somebody that had just taken somebody else's life to come back to school with my children. Because who's to say he doesn't do the same to another child and claim that he was bullied? Like, really? And don't come at me about not knowing anything about bullying, because my daughter was bullied so badly in high school that I pulled her out.
Okay, this is what people are randomly saying on okay. Let's see. I mean, and you got, oh my God. So, I mean, listen, this vlog is talking about it also. And this vlog got 170,000 views. See, these vlogs, so this is his father. I know his father is grieving. God, I hate this.
Of killed teenager Austin Metcalf showed up to a press conference by Carmelo Anthony's family. After police talked to the father, he left, and the press conference by the president of the Next Generation Action Network started like this.
What we seen at the beginning of this press conference, the father being at this press conference, these are my words. Don't quote anybody. Is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character. He was not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay? Black people in America, teach our children. We don't want to, race car, try to prevent us from of this investigation. Okay? Getting it.
Because she's fearful of what may happen to her. I don't know why we are being told what a truth in our hearts.
The breeds can.
Okay, I thought he was going to do some more commentating. We had just looked at that. But like I said, the Daily Caller got 170 views on this? 170,000. I think that is wise to keep him away because he's grieving. And maybe he didn't mean any harm. But
Hello, everyone.
Okay, that was him walking up. So I don't know. I guess everybody has a difference of opinion as it relates to him showing up. He is grieving. Hold on. Hold on, you all.
A race thing. Y'all coming with all this stuff right here. See, y'all playing hopscotch and marbles. We playing chess. I told y'all, quit coming on my post over there, man, with all that negative racism and everything. Because the more you come with that mess, the more I'm gonna come with my mess. All right? Yeah. Get a good look. Because that's who you calling the hero dad, huh? Y'all falling for those okie doke tears and stuff. All right. You see, it didn't start off as a race thing, but y'all done fully made it. I told y'all, quit coming on my post over there, man, with all that negative racism and everything. Because the more you come with that mess, the more I'm gonna come with my mess. All right? Yeah. Get a good look. Because that's who you calling the hero dad, huh? Y'all falling for those okie doke tears and stuff. All right. You see, it didn't start off as a race thing, but y'all done fully made it into a race thing. Y'all coming with all this. I told y'all, quit coming on this stuff right here.
I'm trying to
see y'all playing.
Hold on, you all. I want to see. Does this say the father speaks out? I want to see the father's interview.
I feel sorry for that individual because he's now made a mistake that's going to cost him the rest of his life. The hard part that cost me is I lost my son, and his brother was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed my son.
Okay, that's the interview. They didn't. I don't know why I didn't show all of it, but like I said, it's sad. Listen, I wish that both families. I feel like both families are victims. Tamara, we are talking. Neil says, "Yep, that's why I don't forgive them for nothing." I tell you, you guys, I really, I hate that this happened. I do, I really do, but I can't understand why, they're going after Carmelo's family. You know, right or wrong, most parents still love. Are they trying to force them not to love their 17-year-old child, regardless of whether he was in the right or wrong? These are parents of this boy. I don't know of any parents that's going to stop loving their children, um, regardless to if they do something right or wrong, right? Especially if they do wrong. And as far as we know, the young man says that it was self-defense. Um, so the only thing that we could do is just wait and see. But I do see that it seems like, I mean, it has caused people to come out on social media, a lot of racial slurs. Um, so, so are they trying to put fear into judges so that they won't lower somebody's bond, especially a black person's bond? Because we see others get their bonds reduced all the time. As a matter of fact, they don't get bonds that high. I just got to be honest; they really don't. Um, so she lowers the bond. So they dox her and threaten her. So this is just, it's crazy. It is. But hey, my prayers go out to both of the families. Obviously the man is grieving. I can't tell. He that's his child. So I would be barbaric if I was dismissive of the pain that he is obviously feeling. About his child. His father, Jason's father. You know, what's the word that I'm looking for? He's in pain too, so that has to be acknowledged, regardless to what his race is. Carmelo's family has a right to support and believe their son. Okay, they got a right to do that, and it's wrong for anybody to try and destroy his parents' livelihood, dox them, lie on them to keep them from getting resources, right? Um, so, anyways, hey, I hope nobody else loses their life. Maybe Carmelo, maybe Mr. Metcalf didn't mean no harm, but it seemed like to me, Mr. Metcalf showing up there, that's intimidation. You just standing there. Maybe he want people to remember his son. Remember my son, but he needs to do his own interviews to remember his son. Okay, don't show up at a press conference because wearing black shades, because people don't know what you are capable of doing, and I wouldn't care what his race was. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. You guys look for a video. I'm going to put up a video. I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to upload a video. Okay. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you all tuning in, looking at the show tonight, and communicating, commenting and all of that good stuff. I do. You guys are absolutely awesome. It has been an absolute pleasure. I love you guys. Be good, okay? I'll look for the video I'm going to upload in a few minutes. Talk to you later.